Hi, my name is Adam Chamberlain from Elite Pro Golf, and today I'm going to talk about impact and the release position. So leading on from what we've done about the delivery position, we're going to talk about impact, the moment of truth, and where the club is going into the release at the same time. Now, this is the most crucial part of any golf swing, and it's the one place I would say where pretty much most of the great golfers in the history of the game look very, very similar. There's always some small details that maybe look slightly different, but they all look almost identical at this one point during the golf swing. And what should it look like? Well, it looks like this. The weight's on the front foot, almost a line up by the left side of the body. For a right-handed golfer, and you can see how the hands are in front and the club and left arm form a line. And this is kind of how they look with an iron. Everything is in front and on top of the golf ball. And this is what we're going to try and help you understand and help you learn today. Now, what does this also do? Well, if I've put this onto my club face, it shows you the loft on the golf club. If that's where the handle is, when people come in and push the hands forward, they're actually de-lofting the club. Most people we see coming in for lessons release the club early, ball goes really, really high as well. So they actually think they're hitting it quite well. It doesn't really go as far as it should do. You've got to realise that we need the club and the handle and the body in front of it this way, and the club is swinging ever so slightly down and through the ball, applying some pressure to the back of it. Okay? We're not trying to lift the ball into the air. Now, what is impact? What is the point of impact? Why is it so important? Well, it's the one place where we're trying to really align the club face up, and we're trying to help get our body in a position to deliver this consistently every single time. If our body's going backwards, this is not going to help. So we want to be moving forwards into the back of it, applying some pressure, club face square. But we also don't want a lot of this manipulation of the golf club here as we're coming through. We don't want this club face turning over too much. Now, we tend to see the club face turning over too much when we either get stuck in the body, either back into the delivery position, the body backs up and we flick it. A lot of the time the club face is open, so we're trying to square it and flick it this way. So there's different reasons and everybody looks different, but I want you to rehearse this. I want you to practice. Club behind the ball, watch a mirror, face on, and come in and try and rehearse this impact position like this. Feel like everything's moving forwards, feel like the club face is very square, and almost feel like we're almost got some pressure, everything's moving forwards. And this is really, really the key. Now, the next part to this would be, once you've rehearsed it into here, we want to very much feel like we're trying to extend out towards the target, almost like we're throwing the club down the target line. And there's a few people talked about this, talk about almost feeling like they're shaking hands with the target this way into the follow-through. It's a really good image of where we're looking to try and go, and just give you a good idea of this. Now, so I think impact is kind of more from here through to here. Simple reason for this is it happens so fast. So it's happening in such a short space of time. It's very difficult to train in a static position, but we need our body to get used to this. So what I want you to do is play some three-quarter shots, and I want you to try and hit some shots just from here to here, literally punch shots. So very low shots. And for the majority of golfers that we see, the punch shot is the one shot they struggle to play, and it is because it requires a very good impact position. So get into a setup, practice this in your practice sessions this week, rehearse your impact position this way, and then what we're going to do is we're going to address the ball and try and very much here, just waist high, driving the ball low, trying to control that impact position. Ball should come out very low, very penetrating, and it will help you hit better shots. Now, for those of you out there, and we don't see very many of you, that come in and almost create too much of this, we do the exact opposite. We almost address the ball feeling like we're going to hit it very, very high. And so if you're coming in and taking very steep divots, there may be something else we may need to look at, but if your impact position as you video is very much forwards like this, the ball can curve too much to the right, but it could also be a club face error that's causing this. But if you're very steep into the back of the ball, you're probably going to hit your irons okay, but struggle with the driver. So we may need to feel like we're almost, dare I say, letting the club pass our hands a little bit to produce an impact position that looks more like this, instead of too exaggeratedly this way. So remember, everybody is different. Every golf swing is different. Let's work on what you need to work on, analyze your swing, make sure you're working on the correct part of your game, and I promise you, work on this impact position and you'll be playing some great golf for 2019.